Hello, warm community, builders and sailors. It's been a while since I've checked in. Unfortunately, life got in the way of summer sailing plans, but hey, summer sailing plans turned into fall and winter sailing plans. So, coming in with a quick update, back on it, back on the setup of this Tiki 21 Mona, so that hopefully I can get it sailing soon. And just to jog y'all's memory a little bit, last time I was talking about a repair to the wood block. I forget the name of it in the plans, but it's the wood block that the mast gets stepped on. I think it's the mast step or something like that. The old piece of wood, which was a solid piece of Doug fir, I believe, maybe ash, either Doug fir or ash, it cracked. And a few months ago, I completed the repair on the new one, and I wanted to just walk y'all through how I went about doing it and how it went. In case someone else has the same problem and finds it helpful, I know when I picked y'all's brain last time on the Facebook group about it, it was really helpful. So yeah, without further ado, let me switch this camera
through
around.
what went right, what went wrong, so on and so forth. My original plan, which I thought was a good one, was to use marine ply because of the torsional strength that plywood has. It's strong and it's sort of flexing like this. So I ordered some marine ply. I didn't want to buy a whole 4x8 sheet because it's such a small repair. So I ordered some off eBay from a buyer called Wooden Shop, who do a lot of business on eBay. Long story short, the wood that got here was just trash. It was trash. The face grain was bubbling. There were cracks in it. It just wasn't anywhere near what I've come to understand is the quality that normal marine ply comes in, you know, that you come to expect from normal marine ply. So I went ahead and used this, which is a piece of okume, I believe, and it turned out pretty good. Since it's a solid piece as opposed to ply, it's a slightly more complicated repair. What I ended up doing was I followed West Systems instructions for how to bed a piece of wood like this, where I'm gonna have to jog my memory on this because it was a few months ago, but basically you take a long stainless screw, you drill a small pilot hole in the middle third of where the screw is gonna bed. It self-taps with no pilot hole into the bottom third, and at the top third you can see you drill oversized holes a little wider than the head of the screw that you fill with thickened epoxy. You wet it all out with unthickened epoxy, you fill it with thickened epoxy once the screw goes in, and yeah, basically what you got is 2 tubes of thickened epoxy with a reinforcing screw in them, almost like rebar in concrete. And the end result is what seems like a really strong connection. So, quick question for the warm community out there. I don't think, my gut tells me this won't be a problem, and I hope I'm going to be able to show this on camera, but I'm a beginner woodworker. I mean, I don't really know what I'm doing, boat building, none of that sort of stuff I'm particularly experienced in. So I ended up drilling the pilot holes as well as the wider holes up here and then sinking this piece of wood by hand. Going back, and if anyone's going to do this sort of repair with a solid piece in the future following the same process, I highly recommend that you drill using a drill press or maybe a jig for your handheld drill so that you get perfectly straight holes. Because what ended up happening to me is, if you can see this epoxy line right here, it's a lot thinner at the, I believe this is the aft edge of the mast step as compared to at the front edge. And the reason why that is just by a couple of degrees, this mast step is sitting just a couple of degrees this way. I mean, it's not by much at all. You probably wouldn't be able to tell looking at it straight on, but just a degree or two. And like I said, the best way you can tell is by the epoxy line, how it's sitting in its bed. It's a lot thicker over here than it is over here. So I assume that's because I drilled it by hand, and when I sunk the screws into it, it didn't sit totally flush. So I don't think this is going to be a safety or functionality issue. I would like to take this boat, offshore for a short period sometime over the next year, where it's possible I could encounter, fairly high 25, 35 knot winds, so on and so forth. If anyone thinks this is an immediate safety issue, please let me know. I don't think it's an immediate safety issue if the mast is basically, sitting cocked by a half a degree or a degree or even 2 degrees. But if anyone thinks it's a problem, please let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much how it went. I'm pretty happy with it. So over the next few days, I'll be setting the boat up more, and I'll keep you all updated on the progress. But here's the end result of the repair. And once again, I really appreciate all the feedback when I originally asked about it. It helped a lot. All right, y'all. Till next time. Sailing Tiki 21 Mona, over and out.